Okay guys, it's real talk time because this is my last day of motorcycle adventuring and just, doing whatever I want before I have to go back and be an adult again and do like my job and be a parent. And, my plan was I had a script already and a specific idea ready to do a comparison. That was going to be this day, but you guys, I'm not feeling it. I'm just, I can't help but think about our first day, my first day of this photo adventure, and where I talked about how I really want to spend more time being a documentary, kind of small town documentary photographer. And while I spent that day and some of the next day doing just that, I kind of felt like it was super superficial, super like top level. It wasn't very deep, and I recognize this will take years and years and years of work to really find something significant to say, to shoot. I totally get that. I'm an impatient guy though, and I just feel like I didn't get deep enough, and I don't think you can just riding around on a motorcycle and shooting pretty scenery. I think you gotta get down and start to get under those onion skin layers of what makes a small town tick. And the anthropologist in me, I did study anthropology in school, ethnography, wants to get to know the people a little bit more. And so to that end, I think what I want to do today, instead of what I told you I was going to do, is, well, let me switch videos for this next part. What I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to go door to door and I'm going to ask people to give me a tour of their homes, because I want to see inside the culture of forgotten small town, or I guess dying small town culture. What I'm really interested in doing is getting to know the space that they live in and photographing that and finding beautiful imagery in the spaces where people exist and having them talk through that. So yeah, I'm going to go door to door and ask people if they'll take me on a tour of their house and get some photo and video. We'll see how it goes. This could be weird for them and me, but I'm willing to explore that and experiment a little bit to document that. I'm going to be shooting with my X-T2 this time with my favorite lens, the 16mm 1.4. Maybe I won't get anyone. Maybe no one will let me do it. So hopefully I'll have something to show for the results. So it's about 9, almost 10 a.m. here in this small town. Gonna start knocking on some doors and see what happens. Let's go. All right, guys. It's now around 1 p.m. I've just pranced about the back streets of Panguitch, Utah for several hours knocking on doors. Unfortunately, I did not take any video. This was a new experience for me, and I figured let's just break myself in easy by just doing some audio and photo only. But man, what a great experience. This is a bit more of what it takes, I think, to really get to the heart of what I want to document. So let's dive into what I captured. And we're just going to do this slideshow voiceover style.
My first subject who allowed me to photograph her home was Wendy. Wendy had a great assortment of odds and ends that her and her husband had collected through the years, many of which she'd handcrafted herself. But in pride of place, over the mantel was her mother's handcrafted crocheted angel, which had won sweepstakes award in the county fair. Ben had wanted to be a Harley mechanic, but had failed the certification exam and had given up and settled for a position as a local cook. Shiloh was next to allow me in. Her husband fights forest fires and had understandably had a very busy summer. Of maybe 30 homes, only 3 allowed me to come in and photograph. But there's one thing I learned along the way. It's possible to get deeper into the cosmology of a town, even by attempting to enter dwellings, than it is just riding by and stopping for things that appear interesting at the surface from the side of the road.
So that's everything I got this morning. I think I could have gotten into a few more doors had I changed a couple things, and I think I'm going to change some things for next time when I do this again. So here are some tips for myself and any of you who might be thinking of trying this. So I don't know why anyone else would want to do this. I'm really weird. But anyway, here's some things that will help. For one, I need to lose the beard. I think I need to look a little bit more conservative, especially out here where I am. Maybe a collared shirt, look a little less like a thug. I think that would get me into a few more doors. I also think it would help to have business cards. This is a fairly invasive thing I'm asking here. I ask if I can come into their home unannounced, take photos of their nooks and crannies. It's a bit intimate and it's a lot to ask. Any sort of legitimacy will help. I did have one lady who looked almost ready to let me in, but the lack of that business card was a deal breaker for her. And then third, I have the wrong motorcycle. Now, it's the right motorcycle on so many levels, but it's the wrong motorcycle for what I'm trying to do. Multiple people told me they saw me pull up in these small, quiet towns, something like that, coming through their neighborhood. It's really loud, and it's going to get some people poking noses out of doors and windows to see what all the ruckus is about. Or maybe I could keep the motorcycle and just park it further away. That's probably what I should do, because I don't want to sell this motorcycle. Don't tell Danae I said that. We'll just be our secret. So anyway, that's what I learned for next time. Time to think about some food, refueling, and do a little bit more in the afternoon before we're done. All right, I had some food. I had the biggest piece of cow I've ever had, like a barbarian. And then I changed. I'm in a collared shirt now. Maybe that will help. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna take some photos of this old motel here. If you can't tell, I have a thing for broken down old motels. They have my heart. Anyway, I'm gonna do that, and then it's off toward home. I'll stop at one more small town on the way, do a little bit more door knocking, and then that's all I'm gonna do. So this time I'll try to get a little bit more video coverage, a little bit, but yeah, let's go. All right, guys, that is it. Spent another couple hours in another small town. This is called Canaraville. It's better known for the Canaraville Falls. It's a great hike, very popular destination because it's right off of I-15. But that's not why I was here. I was here to, once again, document small town existence, and got in a few more doors. I don't know if the photos are anything special, but it was fun anyway. Had a blast. But I'm tired. I'm ready for this journey to be done, go back to my family, and so yeah, that's it. Thanks again for coming along with me. I'm gonna head home and put my body on ice. Actually, first I'm gonna get all the bug juice off of my helmet and motorcycle because it's bad. Thanks for coming along. Remember, kindness before cameras. I'll talk to you again real soon.